Aimée, your latest single out is called Naked, and I want to chat more about that, but I was saying that I've just watched the music video to it, and I loved it because for me it was a big message of 2020, because you have loads of, you know, different women in the music video, and it symbolizes different shapes and sizes. So was that a major message that you wanted to get through?
Absolutely. Well, the song, a lot of people didn't realize what the song was actually about until they seen the video, which was, I actually kind of like that, because I like to kind of release music that people are kind of like, what is that about? But the video just took it to the next level, and it really did. It really let people realize what the song was about, and it's just basically about finding somebody that loves you for exactly how you are and exactly how you look, every lump, bump and scar, every single blemish, like just showing the beauty of imperfections, really. And that's something that, I mean, anybody that follows me on social media knows that I'm just really passionate about being honest and not playing into this perfection role, because it doesn't help anybody. And I mean, I just couldn't get over the amount of people that actually wanted to be in the video. I was kind of thinking to myself, because I just basically put out a message on Instagram and said, look, I'm in lockdown. I was supposed to be able to shoot this music video. So I'm looking for just a bunch of beautiful people that just want to come on and just show their natural self with like no makeup and showing all the bits that you're normally too scared to show people. And I just, every single video people sent back to me, I was just sobbing, crying, because I was just so overwhelmed. Like, everybody's just so like, and I mean, the best way to describe it is I had an idea for what shots I was going to do. And it was only when people sent me back theirs, I was like, oh my God, no, I need to go even more. Because like there's certain parts of my body that people have never seen. And the morning of the shoot, I got a big spot on my chin, and I remember saying to myself, oh, I'll have to cover this up. And I was like, wait, no, I don't have to cover this up. Oh, this is great. Zoom in on the spot, which was great. So yeah, the response to it has been amazing. It really has.
And you were just mentioning there, like being vocal on social media. And I was saying earlier before we started recording that I follow you on social, and I really admire that about you, because I think you have this, you know, you don't like to see anyone that doesn't have a voice, you know, not being able to stick up for themselves. And do you think that you like to talk about that more so in your music too, and have that as a theme?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different things that I'm a very passionate person, and I get that from my mom, definitely. And a lot of the time I find it really hard. Like I've never been a person that's been good with keeping my mouth shut if I see something wrong, which has gotten me into trouble sometimes. But yeah, I've just never been the kind of person that just wants to write songs about drink, party, boys. Like, it's just not, like, when I listen to music, that's not really what inspires me. I listen to music and I'm like, oh God, that's just like, I feel that, like I relate to that. Like, so in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I want to do the same when I'm releasing music. So yeah, I get very passionate about different things.
I know you were saying Naked is about, I suppose, like showing all of your vulnerabilities to the person in your life. But to be honest, when I first listened to the song, I found it like really sexy, like a really sexy single. So is that kind of a vibe you wanted to like make it a vulnerable track and show people that it's okay to show all different lumps and bumps to yourself, you know, to that person that you trust, but it's also kind of like a sexy anthem?
Well, I think that is sexy. I think somebody that has confidence in what other people would normally be embarrassed about, like I don't think there's anything sexier than that. And feeling like so confident to be able to like take your top off, knowing that you don't have, I mean, a stomach that is considered perfect, you know? So to me, that is what sexy is. So the song definitely is, I mean, it's about a relationship, and it is obviously, people are saying, oh, is this about getting naked? I'm like, well, yeah, but it's more than that. It's from being naked on the inside out, really. So yeah, I definitely wanted to keep that element of sexiness in the video, which I think worked really well because it showed the sexiness in like natural beauty.
Yes. And do you think that's a topic of conversation that we as a society need to talk about more and be more comfortable with? Because it was something that I was actually chatting about last week. I'm a panelist on a TV show, and we were talking about this article about a woman's boobs, one being higher than the other, and some troll on social media was saying, oh, your boobs aren't in sync and everything. And I was saying, like, why are we looking at our bodies like that, looking for perfection constantly all the time? Like, you should be looking at your body saying, isn't it beautiful? Look what it's created. You've had children.
Exactly.
Look what it's done for me, rather than, you know, trying to bring yourself down. But do you think, like, Irish people as a society are terrible at kind of giving each other compliments, and we just kind of naturally go to the bring yourself down, because I think it's if someone's not happy with themselves that they have this tendency to have to bring other people down, and I think that's
absolutely
a problem. Like,
yeah, and I think it's majorly on women. And I think, I mean, it's kind of the same topic, but it goes to show with that Tampax ad that was taken down, like we are just forever being made feel like we should be ashamed of our bodies, and for so many different types of ways, not just our weight, for our natural bodies. Like that's it's like saying we should be ashamed of our elbow. Like it's not just an Irish thing, it's definitely like a worldwide kind of social media society thing, that in order to be perfect you have to look a certain way, but then even when you do look that certain way, people will still find other things to complain about. Yeah, so honestly I think it's just a personal choice whether you are going to decide, am I forever going to be chasing perfection, or am I going to enjoy how perfect I am right now, because I am the way I am for a reason. And like that, we give our bodies such a hard time, and we very rarely go, hey, thank you for pumping blood around my body today and keeping me alive and healthy
and warm.
Yeah, and warm. And like, I mean, it's very easy for me to say that because I obviously have days as well where I'm kind of looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh Jesus, Aimée, come on, 3 months into quarantine, you haven't started that 5K yet. But yeah, it's definitely
through quarantine. Was that like, I feel like everyone I talk to like says something different about it. Like, you know, I enjoyed the downtime. I thought it was really good to not have like you know, like a lot of choice. It brought us back to basics and kind of connecting with nature. But I know that, you know, a lot of people were struggling with anxiety, and it was difficult for people being cooped up. So how did you, was that like a stage in your life for you that you were like creating a lot, or were you kind of thinking, I'm in the middle of a pandemic now, if I'm lucky to like, you know, get out of my pajamas today, it's like
it's been very up and down, very different. At the very, very start of lockdown, I have never been busier. Like I was ridiculous. I was like working till I'd be on my laptop and I'd look and it'd be 2:00 in the morning. And I'm like, what am I doing? It kind of felt like I definitely fell into that pressure of, right, this is lockdown. Let's learn everything we wanted to said. We like do everything that we wanted to do and get that to-do list done. And I threw myself so much into it that I just crashed like 2 weeks later. And I was like that. I'm not getting out of my pajamas. Don't ever hand me a bra again. I'm never wearing a bra. Like I was totally up and down. And then the last couple of months, I've actually been really enjoying being able to work from home and having my own schedule and getting to do my yoga and my stretching during the day. And I've no excuse to get out for my walk with the dog. And so I've actually been a lot more settled, which has been great. And as a result of that, I've been more productive because I'm not having this like crazy pressure on myself. You know what I mean?
And Irish Women in Harmony, your version of Dreams, that was something big that you were involved with. So tell us a little bit about that.
That, I mean, I was going to say, that's my favorite thing I've done all year. We haven't done much this year. But it ended up being something way bigger than what I think people actually realize. And it comes down to like, the music industry has been very lonely for females, because a lot of the time when you'd go to a festival, you could be the only female on the whole list. In a list of 20 men, there's one female. And so like different events and stuff, like we very, very rarely cross each other's paths because there wouldn't be 50% female, 50% male. It's just not how it's been. So we've really gotten to get to know each other, and we all work so well together. It's incredible having a support system of women there, like our WhatsApp group. And it's been amazing. And we've raised so much money for that Safe Ireland charity that we done the song for, which is obviously the main reason why we done it. And we've actually got a lot of exciting projects together over the next couple of months, which is great. It's definitely been the start of something great, which has been amazing. It ended up being something way bigger than any of us expected. Like we just got a phone call and said, listen, do you think you can get this recorded in the next 3 days? Like we literally have a week to get this done. And we're all like, yeah, let's just do it and see how it goes. And oh my God, like it just blew up, which is amazing.
Yes. And what's lovely as well is, you know, at the start of lockdown, when I was doing interviews with people, I was kind of saying, you know, so what you have next happening? And people are like, I don't really know what's going on. But you announced that you're going to be doing some live shows in February 2021, and you're going to be playing Cork, Winthrop Avenue on the 7th of February. So are you really, really looking forward to that?
I'm so excited. Like since my social media really started to take off, the amount of people from Cork that would always message me and say, when are you going to come to Cork? When are you going to come to Cork? And I was always like, whenever I do a tour, you're definitely number one on the list. It's definitely happening. So I'm so excited to be able to go. And I used to go to Cork all the time as a kid, and I've never gone as an adult just to go and stay there and just, like get to see Cork City properly. So as well as work, I'm actually looking forward just to going for fun as well, which is great.
You have to pop down for a staycation down to West Cork or something.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So besides the tour that's coming up next year, is there anything else you can tell us about that's going to be happening with you soonish?
Well, I'm right now I'm working on some virtual concerts that I'm going to be able to do, like obviously online. That's kind of what we're working on at the moment. And other than that, it's just working on new music for the new year and getting that kind of all lined up. Other than that, we don't really see any shows happening between now and Christmas, so it's just kind of putting our head down and getting as much work for next year prepared as possible, because we're hoping next year is going to be the busiest year ever. Like, we're hoping that
we'll make up for it all.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want a single day off next year. I literally don't want a single day off next year.
Really? Should do that now?
I don't think we'll, think about the amount of times before this year we've said, oh, wouldn't you just love a duvet day? Like, I will never, ever ask for that again. Now that we know what it's like to have an unending amount of duvet days, I'm grand.
Big plan for 2021, because Naked is the last single off your latest album, Confession. So are we looking at a new album, hopefully, for 2021?
Yeah, so, and my second EP is going to be coming out in the new year. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Very, very exciting. Okay,
yes.
That's everything, I think. Aimée, thank you so much for taking
the time to chat
with us today.
No problems. Thanks so much for chatting to me.